What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section and enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Speaking of the $50 giveaway, the winner is Jerv97. Jerv97, hit me up on Twitter at Cam_ATL so I can send that over to you, brother. Appreciate everybody, as always, for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. As always, propsmadeeasy.com. Only $20 a month for the best tools in the sports betting game if you're wanting to cash in consistently. Plain and simple. Another week gone by, except for Monday night's not over yet, but another week gone by without a single lost week. Like, I have profited every week of the NFL season so far, utilizing literally the top plays right off the top of this tool. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to. You're on crack cocaine, okay? Get off the drugs, start actually making money, and get your life straight, all right? Propsmadeeasy.com. Thank y'all for joining me as always. As you guys know, the slip maker situation at Props Made Easy, we're still in the process of getting that all ironed out and working out perfectly, okay? We had some test runs with it, ran into a few little bugs. We don't want to launch it until it's running smooth. Okay, so the ability to be able to transfer your favorite picks and build a slip right there on Props Made Easy and then transfer it over to PrizePicks is coming. We're just working on some ways to make sure it's as good as it can possibly be before we launch it, and then everybody, like, people aren't understanding things or having issues. So it's coming. Okay, it is coming. The team is working on it. All right. Again, this tool is only $20 a month. Lock in. Now, we've got a few games on tonight, baby. We got Denver, Cincinnati. We got Miami and the Jets. We're going to talk about the best options we got available. Maybe build a nice little slip for y'all here, and get this money, man. Let's start off with a bang, baby. Let's continue the domination, man. Props Made Easy has been doing absolute ridiculous things in NFL already. Like I said, not a single losing week so far. Profited every single week of NFL so far using the top value. So super excited to get straight into it. Anyway, straight to the point, let's get it. A-Chain, over 0.5 touchdowns is at a 54.5 chance to hit. 0.2 edge, so very slight edge on the over 0.5 touchdowns for A-Chain on PrizePicks due to true odds being minus 120 among the sharp books. I like this spot for A-Chain here, man. I like this spot for him getting in the end zone. It's a really good spot, and really, when it comes to EV, it's the only positive edge you can get right now because we're day of game. As you guys know, if you're Props Made Easy members, you guys have already gotten the best plays from this game already. Both of these games, you've already gotten all the best plays so far if you're a Props Made Easy member. That's why things are so tight now, because members of sites like Props Made Easy are taking all the best value, leaving you with the crumbs later on. But nonetheless, we're going to still find it. Regardless, A-Chain's over touchdowns is still a great spot here at 54.5 chance to hit in the positive edge. All right? If we flip A-Chain over, check out his touchdowns over the last few seasons. He scored a touchdown in over 54% of his games. Okay, so solid spot. Not only the data on the over, but over 50% he scored as well. So I like the spot for A-Chain for sure. All right, so with that being said, let's check all DFS books for today, because across some other DFS books we got some value. Josh Reynolds, under 17.5 receiving yards on Dabble, is a 58% chance to hit. Positive 3.41 edge. Minus 139 true odds across the sharp books. Really love that spot for him. AI Sims on the under as well. Josh Reynolds, under 17.5. If we look over the last few years, he's gone under in 60%. Okay? Darren Waller, under 11.5 receiving yards on Underdog at a 54.9. Positive 1.28 edge percent. Minus 122 true odds among the sharp books. AI projection is at 10.7 on the under as well. Darren Waller over the last few seasons just hasn't played a ton, so it'll be interesting to see him. A-Chain's over touchdowns on Underdog is a better edge than it is on PrizePicks. So you could, realistically go Waller, A-Chain together. You could go Tua's over 0.5 rushing yards on Dabble at 55.3%, paired up with Josh Reynolds under. Many different options you could go with. Jake Browning, over 32.5 passing attempts at a 54% chance to hit. 0.59 positive edge. Minus 119 true odds. 3 sharp books baked into that one. I like the spot for Browning as well. Good spot there. So there's plenty of options that we got on the board, man. Let's go back, because I know, let's look at regular EV first. Among the regular EV spots on the regular books where you can straight bet, Evan Ingram, under 11.5 longest reception, is you can get on ESPN Bet at plus 105, where the true odds are minus 108 among the sharp books. So good spot on Evan Ingram's under 11.5 longest reception for a straight bet over on ESPN Bet. Bo Nix under 10.5 longest rush at a plus 110 on ESPN Bet for a 5 EV. True odds are plus 100. Garrett Wilson under 5.5 receptions at plus 112 on Profit X. 4.26 EV due to true odds among the sharp books being 103. Like that spot for him. Garrett Wilson you can also play on Novig, but it's better value, better EV over on Profit X. Troy Franklin over 3.5 receptions at minus 115. Remember, if you are doing straight bets, if you're somebody who straight bets on regular books, the most consistent way is playing that bet by itself, as we just stated with straight bets. Don't parlay. The most consistent way to profit in sports betting is not to parlay. It is to play the play by itself on a regular book. Play it at those favored odds. So, for example, the plus 120 to minus 120 range. If you want even more consistency, get closer to the minus 120 side. Okay? But nonetheless, remember, write it down if you need to. Plus 120 to minus 120 when it comes to straight bets on regular books if you're looking for ultimate consistency. If you're wanting to make sure you're following EV while also being as consistent as you can be. Because obviously, plus 300s that are solid EV are going to be a great payout long term. But can your bankroll sustain long term? That's the question. That's mainly what kills people when trying to play EV. If you don't have a bankroll necessary to be able to have success already, then the moment you lose, I mean, your bankroll's depleted. If you don't have any bankroll management, you feel what I'm saying? Or you're playing crazy six-man parlays on PrizePicks doing power plays, you're going to deplete your bankroll way too quick to be able to see the benefits of EV. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to play it smart. There's other rules that come along with this. Yes, EV is the long-term best strategy, but again, long-term. If your bankroll can't sustain long-term, then you're not going to be able to see the benefits of it. You feel what I'm saying? Like some of these professional bettors, like I personally will play about 20 to 25 bets a day. There's professional bettors that bet like 50 plus bets a day, all EV, just to get that variance out of the way by playing as many as they possibly can. That's how they make their money. They play a shit ton of plays every day. Now for the lower bankroll people, I'm trying to put y'all on EV while being the most consistent because I understand that the regular people don't have an unlimited bankroll like a lot of these folks do. So EV is the only profitable strategy. But if you play that plus 120 to minus 120 range only and you stay dedicated, if you have a low bankroll, you can slowly but surely build that up. Now, I'm about to show you, if you're on DFS books, especially PrizePicks, how you can take the most advantage to consistency and build a bankroll. Y'all ready? All right, so I'm on NFL EV. I'm going back to just PrizePicks. I'm going to unselect these other ones. We're going to talk just PrizePicks right now. All right? Now, the number one most consistent strategy would be to take an already discounted line. Let's say there was a free line like the Jalen Hurts over rushing yards was, okay? Or like just free or over passing yards, whatever it was. A free 0.5 type line, right? Obviously, that's going to be free money, okay? Obviously, pairing that with something would be the absolute best case. Next best case is just discounted in general. Any line that goes from, I'm just going to use this as an example. For example, let's look at Troy Franklin. Let's say he had a discount tonight and his receiving yards was at 25 yards. Obviously, with the regular line being upwards of 43.5 on regular books, but you're getting it discounted at 25, you want to lock that in. Don't overthink things. Lock those in. You lock that in, and let's say you don't know what to pair it with, right? On Props Made Easy, we have a big benefit that nowhere else has. We show you the absolute best goblins and demons. Now, this process I'm showing you is for goblins. Demons are not going to be consistent. These are risk plays. These are plays where the line is not as good, that you don't want to force these with low bankroll, okay? This strategy I'm telling y'all about, and I'm going over again, is for those with a low bankroll who are looking for consistent wins to just build that bankroll, all right? So, you want to click right here and you want to go to Goblin and unselect Demon. Immediately, the best Goblin options will be at the top of the list. So, Chase Brown, over 1.5 receptions over the last 2 years. He has crossed this 1.5 receptions in over 90%. We can go here, go to season. Over the last 2 years, He's gone over this in over 90%, giving him an equivalent money line of minus 950 on going over 1.5 receptions. He averages double receptions a game over the last 2 years. Okay? So Chase Brown, you want to enter into your lineups. All right? So that immediately, I'm opening up PrizePicks as we speak right now too. All right? So I'm going to NFL. I'm going Chase Brown. I'm going to his receptions, and then I'm clicking through it until I get to the 1.5, and I'm going more. All right? Now, you can then play with this. Some of the pairings will give you double ups, or some of the pairings will give you better payouts than other pairings will. So, for example, Garrett Wilson over 3.5 receptions is another one that looks amazing, right? He's hit this over the last 2 years and over 86%. So if I go to PrizePicks and I type in Garrett Wilson, I go to his receptions and I click through to 3.5. 3.5. They also have an option of 4.5. I want the 3.5. Okay? And go more. This gives you a payout of 1.3x. So, for example, if you bet $50 on this play, you'd win 65. So it would be a $15 profit. I know it's not crazy, but it would be a $15 profit on 2 plays that have very high likelihood of happening. Okay? Now, obviously, I don't expect you to play $50, but let's say you're just slowly trying to build your bankroll. This is a solid chance at $3 if you go $10. If you bet $100 on this play, you'd win $30. You feel what I'm saying? So I know it's not a crazy payout, but now, if you want a little bit better payout than that, and again, with the free lines, like the discounted lines already, you're going to get a double up with that. Like, for example, with the Troy Franklin, if they discount that to 25 yards, you click that and you go Chase Brown over 1.5 receptions, that would be a double up slip. So I suggest you take the discounted lines and pair them with the best goblins. That's going to be your ultimate best option. And only 2 plays. You don't need to make a parlay. 2 plays, take your profit, build your bankroll. That simple. It is that easy. Okay? Now, like I just said, you could play 2 heavily discounted plays on these goblins and make some easy money. Sometimes they will be crazy instances where they don't hit, right? But now, if you want a better payout, you can go back to the NFL. So obviously, Chase Brown, for example, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson out and leave Chase Brown. And I'm going to go A-chains over touchdowns. Or you can go to NFL line difference and see what kind of differentials we're talking about here. You've got Chase Brown over 73.5 rushing plus receiving. Obviously, I'm already playing his discount. You've got Mason Taylor under 24.5 receiving yards. Sharp books are at 20.8. AI Sims at 23. Both are on the under. If we look at him over his last few seasons, he's only played 4 games, but 100% over that time frame. Only averaging 11.7 over those 4 games. You've got the over on Justin Fields is 33.5 first quarter passing. We don't have first quarter last X at the moment. Braylon Allen, rushing yards. Obviously, he doesn't have a huge amount of, touches throughout his last few years, but he does have his moments. He goes under in 54%. So you just kind of play with it. You look at him. Or you could go here and go sort by season and immediately have the highest season hit rate at the top. As we know, Mason Taylor's only got 4 games, so he's going to be at the very top. Not only do you have the sharp books have it at 20.8 on Mason Taylor's under 24.5, but you've got the AI sim after simulating the game 10,000 times at 23.2. So I'm going to rock with Mason Taylor's under 24.5 to pair with Chase Brown. So Mason Taylor under receiving yards of 24.5. This is a double up slip. You can double your money with this slip. Mason Taylor under 24.5 paired up with Chase Brown's over 1.5 receptions goblin. All right? I'm going to go ahead and place this. It's all a bankroll dependent on what you put on this. I'm going probably $50 on it. But again, depending on your bankroll is what you put on it. Okay? So there we go. And you see how easy that was. That's how you do that. You don't have to go 2 regular lines and get the maximum profit. Sometimes you can say, you know what? All I'm going to play today is whatever discounts are given to me. So if PrizePicks is giving me a free square or a discounted line, I'm going to pair that up with a goblin. I'm going to be real disciplined on growing my bankroll right now because I don't have the bankroll where I can just unleash and do the best things I possibly can. So I'm going to take it easy. And I'm going to take advantage of Props Made Easy and what it offers and only charging $20 for the month so that I can put most of my money on my slips, which is another huge benefit, by the way. If you're paying $50+ on EV data, you're already minus EV. You got to already make up for $50 in that month to be able to do it. And if you have a low bankroll, that might be hard to do. With Props Made Easy, one night and you can get your money back. You feel what I'm saying? So Mason Taylor under 25.5 receiving yards. Chase Brown over 1.5 receptions. Goblin is what we're rocking with tonight, man. Good luck, everyone. Thank y'all for joining me as always. Wait, we need to check out NFL touchdowns. As you guys know, the touchdown tool, we got to take a look at where the best value is for touchdowns. Right now, Justin Fields under 0.5 touchdowns at minus 209 on Hot Streak at a positive 6.2. A-Chains over 0.5 touchdowns on FanDuel. You can get A-Chains over touchdowns at minus 120. And again, you could also pair Chase Brown with A-Chains touchdowns, by the way, on PrizePicks too if you would like. But A-Chain over 0.5 touchdowns on FanDuel at minus 120. You have a 5.65 edge due to consensus odds among the sharp books being minus 136. So take that value. Tyreek Hill under 0.5 touchdowns is minus 139 on Novig, where it's minus 159 other places, giving you the positive edge. If you want to know what the best touchdown targets are, Props Made Easy got you covered for that too across all the books. All right, NFL touchdowns. Thank y'all as always, man. Let's eat. And remember, take it easy. Build that bankroll, baby. That's what we're here to do at Props Made Easy. Why you think we made this thing only $20? Our focus is helping y'all be successful without charging y'all an arm and a leg to be able to do it. All right, lock in. If you need any help, hit me up at Cam_ATL on Twitter. We also have my premium Discord where I post slips just like that. I'll post like premium, like top-notch, like double-up slips for PrizePicks. We've been absolutely feasting and growing bankroll in the premium with those. Okay? So you can find that. Just hit me up on X. I can give you the link for that as well. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me, man. Y'all have an amazing Monday. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.